What's up everybody, Kinetic here and welcome back to Revelation Online. In this third video in a series of sponsored videos covering the release of the game and giving my impressions of it, I'm going to be talking about the Blademaster, DPS rotations, and I'm also going to be talking about one of the newer dungeons that I've unlocked and how to not just be an efficient killer, but also be efficient at leveling as well here in the game. Now, some might say that the Blademaster isn't as straightforward in terms of their combat and their rotations as other classes are. I really don't find it to be that complicated though. Keep in mind that since I'm at level 40, I am missing one of the more important skills for this rotation. Hunter's Light is going to be the second, aside from our buffs, it's going to be the second most important skill in our rotation. This comes at 45. Special note about special skills: regardless of whether it's single target or you're doing AoE damage to groups or to a boss or something like that, you're essentially going to, once you have them unlocked, you're going to go for 3 essential special skills and activate them on cooldown. First one being Shattering Blow, knocks down all nearby enemies and causes damage. We've got next up is Gladius Throw, causes massive damage to the target and also puts him in a prohibited state. And then the third one being Cyclone Burst, release a Thunderwind blade that moves forward until it hits an enemy. Once it does, it stops and causes damage to all surrounding enemies for 5 seconds. I really like this skill. As soon as I unlocked it, I found it to be a lot more interesting and entertaining to use than Retribution. This is the first special skill that you'll unlock for Blademaster. So since then, I've just been using Cyclone Burst as my main go-to skill, like when I really want to do something fun and powerful. So let's go over the rotation now for the Blademaster. The first thing that we're going to need to do is activate our buffs. The first and most important one probably is going to be Martial Instinct. This will give you Murderous Intent, earns a Killer Instinct state that increases your crit power. And this lasts for 30 seconds, so it's a very easy buff to just go ahead and hit whenever you see the counter winding down. There is the 30-second counter. You can see kind of towards the center of the screen there. Very easy to notice as it's counting down. The next one, and this is when we're actually going to be in combat, is going to be both an attack and a buff to us. Merciless Strike. So this is going to cause damage, but this is also going to give us a breaker effect. Every time a slash hits, you have a 50% chance of receiving a breaker effect, and this lasts for 10 seconds and can be stacked for a number of 5 times. Now, that's why this is going to be a high priority, essentially our second buff, but also happens to be a combat skill. We're going to want to try and keep up that stack of 5 100% of the time. Same thing with Martial Instinct as well. 100% time on both of these is essential to our DPS. Everything else comes second after that. You might use Deadly Dash as a kind of gap closer. Maybe you're too far away, maybe the boss just moved away or something like that. Go ahead and use Deadly Dash in between Martial Instinct and Merciless Strike. So then you hit with your Merciless Strike. And then next would come the Hunter's skill. And then we have Shadow Breaker. Hold down the button to keep attacking the enemy, and you can attack a maximum of 4 times. This also gives us a Sunder effect, and this can be stacked, but isn't nearly as important to keep up as Merciless Strike stacks. Sky Piercer. Unleash a Blade Savvy that causes damage to all enemies and has a 20% chance of putting the enemy in a weakened state for 5 seconds. This can also stack. And then we have Wind Wave, causes physical damage to enemies and knocks them down for 3 seconds. So that is, if we're just focusing on single target, then that is going to be the rotation. Now, if you are trying to do AoE damage, then what you'll next want to do is Juggernaut's Sweep. Continuously cause damage to all surrounding enemies for 1.7 seconds. Every instance of damage has a 20% chance of putting you in a swordplay state. The last 10 seconds can be stacked for a number of 2 times. Now, to demonstrate this very simple rotation for our Blademaster, I'm going to jump into the newest dungeon area that I've unlocked at 40. If we go to our Road to Greatness up here, and the dungeons, we can see that the Oneiric Trials is level 40. That's where I am currently right now, and as usual, if you're just trying to get there, you can click that and it will auto path you here. This is intended to be a group kind of dungeon. You can solo if you want to, but you're really not doing yourself any favors. So you can see there's people coming in, and just standing here like a couple of minutes ago, I was getting spammed with invites. Like, people were trying to invite me because everybody's looking to try and form up groups while going inside here. And so yeah, even if you're super antisocial, chances are, very high chance that you'll get invited to go grind here in the dungeon. Don't forget your double bonus time activation as well. Let's jump into the delicious reverie. This is by far one of the strangest looking dungeons I've ever seen. Yes, those are our food plates, and this is giant plates of food on the ground. We've got a huge floating roasted pig covered in, what is that, noodles and vegetables, flying chickens and or whatever, and a giant, this is more than likely giant barrels of alcohol. And already I'm getting, here we go, getting invited to join into people's groups. It's really easy. You can see there's what, one, maybe two people over there, something like that. It's hard to see. I think just one person over there is farming by themselves. I think I saw a group over here earlier. Looks like it's just one person now. And this goes on for many levels. This is awesome. I love this. It looks delicious as well, by the way. And you can see there's also like places right here where you could you can pull and attack these rats as well if you want to. Like, if maybe all this stuff is taking too long to respawn, there's kind of a mini boss over there as well. If you and your group can handle that, let's keep climbing, because it only gets more crazy. Actually, I'm not sure why I'm running so much. I guess I like running around here. Of course, you can also fly and get an even better view of all of the madness around here. Can I get hit by one of these chickens, I wonder? And this is a kind of a gambling game-themed dungeon tier now. The enemies here in this area are definitely higher level than the previous Delicious Reverie area. I think by like 4 or 5 levels, something like that. But this is so freaking cool. I love this. You got these are my favorite guys here. If you look real close, you can see that they've got like pet dog dice or something like that on leashes, and I'm getting attacked. Okay. And now we have the Forbidden Chambers. I'll be honest, I haven't actually seen this yet. I've only really been kind of hovering around those first 2 areas. But what is this? Oh my god. What the hell is that? Enemy NPCs here named Lolly. I'm not kidding, look at that. They're doing like cat impressions and everything. This is more twisted than I thought it was going to be. By the way, there's another really interesting thing to note about this place. Players can turn into demons and attack you. Yes, you can become a monster that goes around hunting and harassing other players here in this dungeon. It's one of the weirdest mechanics I've ever seen in an online game. There's one. I got you again. Is this the same one from before, I wonder? Yeah, it probably is. Trying to get away, look, trying to get away. Nope, 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 I don't think so. Just go through the portal. You can tell it's a player too, because if you press F, then it will give you this this menu. There you go, despawned. You're done, son. Get out my face. Get out my town. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Revelation Online, Blademaster rotations, crazy dungeons with like giant plates of food, dog dice and succubuses, and even players that can turn into monsters and attack you. I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Click the like button to support Revelation Online here on the channel, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. This is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.